Believe it?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't you think?
It is a...
Gifts for you guys.
Have you?
Oh.
Oh, and Gladys, it's so monarchs, 29 prime ministers, and not just one but two pandemics in her lifetime. She would have to hire the Royal Albert Hall.
Diane or Prince Edward.
The door's
but
open.
Prince Andrew, out of all the royals, is the one who seems to make those kinds of mistakes.
Does seem to have a bit of a knack for getting into trouble.
I think that successive governments have failed to tell a positive story on immigration. We rely on immigration to run our public services, to grow our economy. But there is huge concern about how we support the immigrants who come. And, you know, with all due respect to Chris Philp, how he can lecture the current government, migration went up to almost 1 million in the year to June 2023 is kind of remarkable, because anybody is going to be worried that if you have that scale of legal migrants coming in, how are you going to support them in the NHS? How are you going to support them with housing? And I think what governments need to do is say, we need migrants. They are positive and valuable contributors to our society. But this is the number, roughly, we need. Because otherwise you get into this kind of binary position where you have the government saying, well, immigration, that sounds like immigration is a bad thing. We're going to lower it because immigrants are bad. But they're not bad. And then you hand over the political argument to reform and a sort of Farage's proposal of one in, one out.
Well, it's interesting because for a lady...
I'm excited about it. I think there's lots of opportunities in AI. What I wonder is, with the development of people using likenesses, at what point will we be able to say, I'd like a Sunday morning programme, but not Sunday morning, but I want Laura Kunsberg to be able to generate that, and you won't have any control about the news that you are then presenting. And I think my political moment of the year was that within weeks of winning, they announced they were going to ask pensioners to help pay off this £22 billion black hole and withdraw the winter fuel allowance from anyone at around £12,000. And I think a lot of people who voted Labour, Labour government, to then take money away from the poorest in our society. Many people supported the fact that winter fuel allowance is paid to millionaires and that needs to be... This came at exactly the moment that members of the Labour government, including the new Prime Minister, were being criticised for accepting freebies of thousands of pounds. So on the one hand, they're accepting freebies, and on the other, they are asking people on £12,000 incomes to go without up to £300 at a time when we've got a winter where fuel bills have gone up.
I mean, Andy, are you...
Wonderful to see you here in the studio. The first thing I need to